Welcome back to Jimny. I'm Steven. We got some new parts. So today we're going to do a quick one. I have a car show in the morning and I don't have a lot of time. So I 3D printed some new handles. These are pretty freaking sweet. I say carry on them. These are amazing. And my faces came in. Unfortunately, they're still in kilometers an hour, so I didn't convey that I wanted him to move them to miles per hour well enough. So we're gonna stick kilometers an hour back in there just because they're freaking awesome, and we'll deal with it. And then we are gonna get rid of this steering wheel. So this thing is small. The metal is very bendable. There's no metal. I don't think there's even metal in the top of this thing. It's super duper cheap. So I'm gonna go throw the other steering wheel in, and you guys can come along for the short video. First thing we're going to do is rip these old door handles off. I don't know how hard this is going to be, so you're going to learn while I learn. It looks like they have like a little cover here maybe that'll let us access the screws. Hopefully they just, yeah, okay. That's kind of what I expected. Same thing. Can't even tell what kind of screw that is. Let's look together. Big old Japanese Phillips. Let's see if that light will help us out some. Screws fit perfect, like somebody designed it perfectly. Couldn't be any better. Dude, how cool is that? Talk about super fast. They look great. They're perfect handle. They're tough. I printed them out of PETG with extra walls, so it is super strong. I don't think you're gonna break it. If it does break, I'm gonna print some more for like $1. I'm gonna go through on the other side, and then you guys will be back to see the new steering wheel that's already on there. And I'm gonna actually take that off and put the cluster back in, so I'll be right back. I do not even remember how this thing came apart, but I do have some screws and the needles all in one little place, so hopefully everything is kind of self-explanatory, and we will see what happens. Alright, she's back together. Just 4 screws, so those 2 have to come out, those 2 come out, and then the needles just pop out, and then you have to pop the stops out, which is very disconcerting, taking them out and putting them back in. And then this cluster actually just pops together. So my other cluster, you have to take some screws out of the back to get it apart. This one, just the black plastic piece goes on by itself and it clicks in, and then the clear plastic clicks on top of that. So at some point I'm going to have to take this off and take it somewhere and have somebody buff it to get rid of this. There's like a weird scratch here, but it looks great, so I'm going to throw it back in. Just a quick comparison of the two. You see, out with this old and in with the new. throw it in. Alright, so you guys saw this before, but basically just 4 bolts, 1 in each corner, and then these 2 clips come out of the back. When you're buying this cluster, this is Suzuki Alto Works cluster manual. Make sure you get the 3-cylinder because they did make another one in Europe that's a 4-cylinder. This one's a 3-cylinder. If you had a 4-cylinder Carry, you would do a 4-cylinder Tach or a speed cluster because the things would be the same. But basically 2 clips, you can see those there. They pop out, pop the new clips in, 4 screws, and it goes back together. Alright, here's your new cluster all put back together. E-brake light, battery light, oil pressure light. I think there's supposed to be another light in there, but I can't remember. I'll have to go look at the other one. Turn signals. So, unfortunately, he didn't cut the brights out. So you just have to know, I guess. And I think there's an engine light over there that's probably not cut out, but I don't know if we get to see that when the engine's off, or maybe when there's not an issue. But gas gauge is working, and hopefully that temp gauge will work. Let's start it up and see what happens. Lights out. There we go. Alright, so this is the real Momo. I think the other one was a FOMO or whatever they call them. I 3D printed this ring to bring the wheel out from this NRG short hub that I bought. And although it does work to put the steering wheel on, it doesn't do the turn signal, so definitely don't buy this one. I contacted NRG to see if they could give me the right part number or something that would actually work, because I know a friend of mine, Attila, has the quick disconnect one for his cappuccino, and it does do the turn signals. Like, everything works properly, but the short one doesn't. So I assume they have another short one that does do the turn signals, but they never contacted me back. Story of my life, right? So I printed this little plastic 3D printed this guide out of PETG. It'll last forever. It's just a spacer to bring the steering wheel away from these a little bit, so I don't hit them with my hands when I turn. And we're gonna throw this steering wheel back on. There you go, steering wheel all back in. Got our Tach there with our speedometer back to very awesome. Got our door handles on, and huge project coming up over the next few weeks. We got a 4-link for the back of this so we can lower it, and we did get coilovers for the front. I did not do the S15 coilovers. Everybody says they're too stiff. Obviously, it's for a car with a front engine that's super heavy. So I got something different. I'm not going to tell you what it was until it works. I don't want you guys to go buy some stuff and then it doesn't work. But I've heard people say that the bolt patterns are the same, so we'll see what happens. And stay tuned, and thanks for watching, guys. Another reason why this Suzuki Carry is the best keitruck. My Grande Peppermint Mocha fits in the cup holder.